Hey, welcome back. It's Milton Daily Homes. It's Chuck here, and we got a list of 15 homes today. And why wouldn't I just jump right in? Let's get started. 639 Spire Circle, 339.9. It's a three-story townhouse with a single car garage. It is at 339, and so the thing that I've talked about a couple times with these homes is that they've experienced almost a 10% increase in prices in the last probably 3 or 4 months, most dramatically in the last 30 to 60 days. So I mean, it's a question of whether or not a buyer would really buy into that price increase. There is a virtual tour, but there's no photos added to the listing. It's called a Woodbine, Spring Valley, Springdale. It's about 1356, 57 square feet. This is my favorite one with 2 bedrooms, and the +1 represents the den downstairs. So you walk in the front door, there's a den, you've got your laundry, and then there's stairs upstairs, and there's a garage entry. Upstairs on the second level, living, dining, plus a kitchen with an eat-in area, or breakfast bar actually, and then there's a walkout balcony. And then the third story has the 2 bedrooms, and it has 2 washrooms, so that's great for a guest to have that second washroom. And the 3 bedroom can feel a little bit tight, whereas the two, you get 2 really nice sized rooms. So overall, I like this. It's got granite countertops. Upgraded cabinets. So without photos, hard to tell, but I'm sure it looks pretty good. And it's just, yeah, I mean, I'm not used to seeing those kind of prices for these models, but again, I've seen homes that really have a lot less features than even what they've quoted, selling for pretty good bucks. So 1552 Harwood is at 363.9. If I remember correctly, this model is around 1,300 square feet, but don't quote me. We'll operate under that assumption. The photos are sort of stretched, and I mean, that looks like a door almost, not a garage. Inside here, a little bit pixelated in the kitchen. It's not as open concept as other models. There's an eat-in area just over basically where the cameraman guy is. Or camera person. This area here, it looks like they've done a laminate floor. And it almost looks like the staircase is really close to that front room, so it's probably just the angle, but I don't know if it adds anything to the space. I've been inside this model before, and it actually feels pretty nice. So the basement, again, a stretch photo. I'd like to see a little bit more accurate representation because I think that's a very good value feature. It looks like there's some Berber carpet upstairs. Yeah, I mean, I think this would look a lot better in person at 363.9 for a semi-detached with this size with a finished basement. I think they might have a shot at it. So 1615 Cartwright, 374.9. So this is, compared to the previous one, it's an end unit townhouse compared to a semi. But functionally, really the same thing. There's no neighbor on the one side, and you're attached on the other side. 1580 square feet though, much larger, at least a couple hundred square feet. 2-car parking in the driveway. Looks like a pie-shaped lot, and you can see that this house is sort of turned inward, and so it's probably going to go right out this way here. That's certainly a value feature. So you look inside, hardwood floors, there's your kitchen, and you can see people right here. That's like the Easter egg of Milton Daily Homes, is seeing people in the photos. Might have to start a drinking game maybe one day. There's hardwood floors, gas fireplace here. 3 good-sized rooms upstairs, plus an ensuite, another full bathroom, and there's laundry upstairs too. And you got a finished basement. Looks a little bit dark, but again, that can just sometimes be the photos. And then you also have a yard that's been landscaped. So there's a lot of really good things about this home. Even if you've got this space here, that's typically an entire yard. These guys have probably a whole extra spot over on both sides there to put in swing sets or pools or anything like that. So the same model as this one, sold on Edwards. A couple of them actually sold. The one I'm thinking of with the finished basement, pretty good inside. It sold for right around this price range. Didn't even have the pie-shaped lot. So I think these guys are really positioned well, I think, to be successful. Okay, so 659 Cargill is at 382, and so this is, I have a feeling it's a Roth mill. Usually when you see that peak there, it's usually a Roth mill. If it is, we profiled another one, I think yesterday or the day before. A little bit less expensive. These guys have done a French door here, so there's no basement here. It's on a concrete block, so this would be a great home office. And then you get upstairs on the second level, and you can see there's the kitchen counter. There's a little bit of a family room, then an eat-in area. And then on the other side, you've also got, there's a little butler's pantry, and then you also have a big living room there. That's on the other side. Okay, so 3 bedrooms upstairs. I love the glass shower. It's a great addition there. And yeah, so a little bit more expensive, a little bit more upgraded. I think these guys have a real shot too. The other one I think we profiled was like 60 or 369. Both strong value. 308 Meadowbrook, 399 bungalow. Going right against stuff like 111 Ann. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 washrooms, so you get 2 full bathrooms. Usually on a bungalow, that means 1 on the main floor, 1 down in the basement. Hardwood floors. That room looks a little small. Again, that could be a function of how the photos are taken. Crown molding there. Now, I think there's something that I want to talk about today. It's called congruency, right? So if you have parts of your home that are like an 8 out of 10, like really strong, and you have other parts that are 4, what happens is people tend to judge it on the lower number. So I think you want to sort of be consistent. What I mean by that is you've got these great modern updated kitchen cabinets. You've got a newer fridge. You've got a backsplash. You've taken this pretty far. Why wouldn't you spend $1,000 and put a good stove in there? This one could be good. It could be functional, but visually you can tell that that's an older style stove. So I don't know. I just think that you have to figure out as a seller what kind of game you're playing, what kind of audience, what kind of level am I trying to hit, and I think that an investment in this would probably just make the whole package look a lot better. Okay, so moving on, we've got the laundry downstairs. I don't really know what's going on with the ceiling up here. Not really sure what happened there, but anyhow, there's it looks like a renovated bathroom. That's probably down the basement. And there it is. So I think overall, I mean, it certainly contends pretty well with the other bungalows and some of the stuff in the older areas. 1272 Robson 409. It's a Townland model, so it's 1860 square feet. I've mentioned this a couple times. There was a really nice one, the newer version of this model that sold for $395 on well, I can't say the street because there's privacy laws, but anyhow, at 409, certainly nice inside. Hardwood floors. Looks like they've done a chair rail, some paint. Nice looking kitchen here. I mean, these guys, they might have a shot. I mean, they could certainly break the 400. They've upgraded the floors, and the agents who listed this home, they usually do a good job in pricing. October 7th is an important day. Okay, so that's there's a lot of good stuff about this listing here. 901 Zelinsky is crank it up by 20,000. We increased the square footage about 140 square feet, so we're getting very close to 2,000 square feet. It's called a Southbury model by Mattamy, and I love what they did here. This is one of my favorite things. So you've got a pass-through window between the kitchen and the dining room, so it just opens the whole floor plan up. That's a great addition there. Yeah, you lose kitchen cabinets, doesn't matter. Okay, it's a great thing to do. Hardwood floors. I'm not sure if there's hardwood here, if that's just an area rug. And there's your front entrance. There is a little living room just off to the side there. And then you've got it looks like a maple hardwood stair, and then you've got that nice open concept feel. Laundry probably upstairs. So you have the option of either doing the laundry up there, you have this sort of big open loft, and they've elected to do that. So good looking home. I like it. $429. I can't believe some of these semis, what they're asking these days. It's crazy. So Pitcher's been around for a long time. Same thing, semi-detached. I think it's a little bit bigger than the previous one, with a finished basement. My problem with these pictures is that this room looks a little bit narrow, and it's hard. Like, how do you arrange furniture in this room? Where do you put your couches? There's your kitchen there too, more of a cherry-colored wood. I guess most of your stuff, like your TV, would go in the corner. It might go up on the wall here, and then you can kind of L-shape a couch around. But this one's been around for a while. It looks like there may even be a second floor family room. And there it is. So I mean, what do you say? It's hard to sell a vacant house. It's hard to take photos and to give an accurate representation. You almost have to really expect the buyer to use their imagination. 925 McEwen is our listing. It's at 487, and so it's 2237 square feet. You've got double car parking in the driveway. And the other thing is that you are right across from a park. All 4 streets surround the park. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous street. Okay, so you've got a gas fireplace. That's the family room in the back. You have the kitchen here, which you look at the backsplash. There's a big slab of granite here. All the pot lights, all the moldings. This is a kitchen you can really fall in love with. They've spared no expense. It's a lovely home. The entranceway, you've got a living room right here, and then you've got a powder room just off to the side, and then you've got your dining room, and then your kitchen family's in the back of the house. Gorgeous master as well. More upgrading here with the moldings. You've got even the ceiling fan. It's hard to find good looking ceiling fans. This one I think looks really cool. Glass shower with a separate soaker tub, and all the rooms are good size. The front room with the red bed has a nice big walk-in closet too, and the yard's a great size. So check the virtual tour on this one. I think it's excellent value. It's called Madame Thistle Bay. 67 Duncan Lane. Okay, so I kind of did a double take on this one. Semi-detached, and it's a Heathwood home, so you know they're bringing the fire. Almost 2,300 square feet semi at 535. Okay, so just to give some context, there's homes this size with, like 2,300 square feet, fully detached, with double garages, sometimes even with finished basements at this mark. So a semi, now it does have a big piece of land. It's 16 meters. So if I do the math on that, it's probably 50 feet wide, nice and long. I don't know if the lot is enough to push that. I mean, that's really high for a semi. That would be beyond record-breaking in Milton. And so I was joking with my wife today. I said, boy, does it come with a concierge for that price? That's wow. Wow, wow, wow. Nice landscaping. You can see how big the yard is here. So, I mean, if you've got, kids, or if you want to put a pool in the back, this one will probably facilitate that. Front living dining there. You've got the stairs. Gorgeous kitchen. I mean, Heathwood definitely dresses the homes up. 9-foot ceilings here, which can sometimes be hard to find in semi-detached homes. Unfinished basement. I mean, I wish them the best of luck. They're certainly trailblazing. Sometimes I noticed this. I had the record price for New Milton for sales. Sold one at $740 a couple years ago, and you'll find that if you're the pioneer, if you're too far beyond the averages, it's very tough. You really have to struggle to justify the value. So 764 Ferguson's, it's $559. Double car garage, 37 by 100 feet. They had this list, I think, one point over 600,000, down to 559. I like the iron pickets there. The kitchen probably isn't giving a wow to people, although really you put some stainless steel. I've talked about this before with a lot of different homes. You put some stainless steel in there, replace just put some granite counters in, even like a Caesar stone or something like that. Paint the cupboards, and then you're set. And it's like you could transform a kitchen for a very, very low amount of money with a very high return. It looks like you've got nice gleaming hardwood in the family room. And you got 4 bedrooms, 2,900 square feet. Eventually behind this home, as far as I know, is going to be actually a road and another set of homes. $560 for a 2,900 square foot home. It's starting to look pretty attractive. So the area is good too. It's a good school district there. 9070 Town Line is at $599.9. And so we've got a 4-bedroom, 2-washroom. October 21st is their magic day. So in the country, I mean, that's a really short window of time. 3/4 of an acre, double car garage. And you can see that, I don't know if that's a real person or if that's like a little polo player that like a little figurine. But yeah, it looks like a figurine from there. Look how nice that shot is. That's a beautifully composed picture. That's a lifestyle picture that shows the real benefit of living in a home like that. That's probably one of the top 10 photos I've seen, I think, in Milton pictures for real estate. I'm a big fan of this one. That's a Hall of Fame shot right there, seeing all the gardens, everything else. Lovely stuff. Okay, so anyways, that I don't know if you actually see that from the property. That's Kelso there. Yeah, I think 599 for the size of the home looks pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit more of the inside. That might give us an indication of value, but the land, the house with the double car garage, the size of it, it's all looking pretty good. So Hinchy is at 625, just relisted from 635, and so this is 3010 square feet, and it was one of the Princess Margaret model homes. So it's I mean, decor-wise, beautiful inside. I think some of the furniture, we get a lot of inquiries about this one. Are they selling it with furniture? Maybe. I don't know. I know some friends have spoken for some stuff in the home, but it's, I mean, it just comes together really well. There's your dining room. There's your family room there. You got your kitchen, all upgraded countertops. Under cabinet lighting, you've got upgraded backsplash here. There's your master bedroom. I like the subway tiles here. Okay, so each bedroom has its own access to a bathroom. So you've got 5 bedrooms, and then you also have you've got every room has a walk-in closet except for one. So it's a great floor plan. There's how big the other room is. 2 beds can fit very comfortably. And there's also a front den or an office. This is the window to the office right there. Great floor plan. It's called a Sherwood 6A, and very competitively priced. Okay, so this one's probably not going to last very long at that square footage, looking the way it does. 14259 Guelph line, 989, 17-acre property. And so you've got, looks like a detached double car garage, nice exposed beams. Look at those barn floors, beautifully done, refinished, protected. Very nice. Okay, so there's your kitchen. You start getting into outbuildings, you start getting into horse stalls, and it becomes a bit of a niche market in terms of trying to price these accordingly, because a lot of the lenders, the appraisers, they don't look at that stuff necessarily from a value perspective. So it certainly is very charming from the outside. And certainly getting up into the 2,500 to 3,000 square feet with that much acreage, it's looking, everything on paper looks certainly good, if I could use the word certainly anymore. So 13670 Britannia is at $3 million. They've dropped the price on this one. And so this home, if you're driving down Britannia and you get a little bit east of Trafalgar, you're going to see this home just north of Piper's Heath. And so they've listed this one really, it's a very interesting animal because they've put this massive home on the lot. I mean, it's a 4-bedroom, it's got 7 washrooms. The land, there's a lot of development that's going to happen around this property. So a developer conceivably could walk in and plow this house and just get rid of it if they're looking to put a subdivision in. But you can see the size of the home, it's just massive. Okay, so there's your kitchen there. I don't know if that would appeal to everybody, the kind of greenish there, but I think that there's, I mean, you can't argue they've spent a ton of money on this home. 25 acres it's sitting on. You can see the Sub-Zero fridge. You can see all the upgrades in the master there. So that's how it looks, Britannia, and then the golf course is sort of just around here. Yeah, I think it could be it could cater to someone who wants a home close to the city on a huge piece of land. I think the land will continue to appreciate to the point where, you know, it's probably going to be worth a lot more than $3 million. And or you could look at it just like I said, from a developer's standpoint. You might find that they just want to build a whole subdivision in here. Could be commercial. I mean, there's lots. I haven't checked the zoning maps on it, but I do know that around this property, there's a lot of you know, I guess plans that are happening. So that's the list for today. Definitely do your research, and like I always say, find a local agent. If it's ourselves or if it's someone else that can really guide you through all this stuff and find out the answers to your questions if you have them. Definitely on something like this, you're not just buying the house, you're buying everything around the house, so you got to know what that is. Okay, so have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.